Hello, this is Patty Duncan with Skills USA. I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to register a member. Go to our skillsusa.org website and click the Join button. Next, you're going to type in your username and your password and click Login. If you don't remember your password, click Reset My Password. And if you need to create a username, click Create Login. In this case, I have one created, and I click Login. Next step is to click the link Membership. And now I have a list of the training programs and advisors that have currently at my school. If I don't see my training program or my name listed, I simply click the button Add Training Program, and that will walk you through the steps to add it. I'm going to be adding a member under Animal Sciences, and the advisor, in this case, we're calling her Mary Test. But I do want you to know that any of the advisor names listed here are simply identifying who's the advisor for the training program. These advisors have not yet joined as professionals. I'm going to show you how to join them as a professional, which is the same way we join a student. This screen here will tell you how many student members have already joined and how many professionals. You see there's 0 here. So I need to join Mary if I want her to be a professional with these students. So I'm going to click the link Members. At this point, you're going to see a list of all the names that you've already joined along with the date that they joined. If I have members from last year that I want to just move over to this year, I can click Restore Members from Last Year. That will give you a list, and you'll just check mark the ones you want to restore. In this case, I'm going to add a new member. I'm going to add a student. So I need to type in that student's first and last name. Birth dates are optional, as well as gender. However, I can choose to provide that information. The division is defaulted to whatever your school is identified in our system. If you have a dual student and you need to change whether they're a high school or a college or even middle school student, click the down arrow key and select what they are. Okay, this is where you're going to identify the difference between a student joining and a professional. The default is student. Be sure if you're joining yourself as a professional that you click that down arrow key and select professional. That's the only way you'll get any of our benefits, such as the tech standards or our online curriculum foundations. Everything else on this screen is optional for a student. If you are a professional, you will be required to give us your email address. At this point, we're going to click Save. And your list of members are in alphabetical order. And you can see that Marcia does not have a join date here. If I'm ready to join her at this point, I could click Step 3, click to join. But before I join any members, I always want to check for duplicates. I click the tab Membership, check for duplicates, and at that point it will tell me if I have any. And if I do, I would need to go back to the screen where I listed that member and click the Delete button. You can only delete members who have not joined. So as an advisor, I can stage all my members and then when ready go back to join them. At that point you will be invoiced. So to do that, you just go back to the screen in which we started from here, and now you can see I have 7 members joined, and these are students, but I've got a number here under Not Yet Joined. So I want to join that person, so I just move to the right and I click Join Now. The other thing I want to show you is if at any time you need to get back to invoices for your training program, you can click the button Invoices to get a list of those. If you need invoices for the entire school, all invoices. Okay, and you can also get price quotes, or you can put all of these individual invoices, because you receive an invoice as you submit members, onto one by clicking school-wide invoice. But let's go ahead and join Marcia. I'm going to click the join now. You'll see a screen similar to this. There will be alerts at the top. This particular alert is telling you that I don't see in the system during the submission of members that you have any professionals, so it's just a reminder not to forget yourself. Up here it would also tell you if you had any duplicates names. You want to make sure you delete those. As I mentioned before, you're liable to pay for any duplicate names. Double check that this count of your members is correct, and then select your form of payment. In this case, I'm going to do a purchase order, which is basically promising that your school will mail a check to us within 30 days of this invoice generating. You're going to need to tell us whether you will be joining all of your students as Skills USA members in your training program. Hopefully the answer is yes. You'll click that button. The system's defaulted to give you one invoice for any professionals or students joined. If you need the invoice split, if you're joining a professional at this time, you'll click that button to split. Next, you're going to click I accept responsibility to pay. This is where you're agreeing that anybody joined, there's no cancellations, you can't drop them, or substitutions. To finalize the membership, click Join Now. An invoice is automatically created. If your school doesn't have pop-up blockers, which should appear in front of you, you can print at this point in time. Click the File button and click Print. Or you can pay by credit card by clicking the link Pay by Credit Card. All right, thank you for joining us today. If you need support during this process, you can call our hotline operators at 1-844-875-4557. Thank you so much.